Ladies, gentlemen, whisper networks and concerned little bystanders, welcome. Please keep your rumors folded neatly under your chairs. We'll be using them as confetti later. They whispered he's dramatic, unstable, hard to please, then clutched their pearls so tightly they near cut off their own breeze. A private little worry here, a solemn little sigh, a bless his heart, I'm nervous with a sparkly alibi. They never tell a whopper when a half-truth will suffice. They serve it room temperature and call the plating nice. They let the room assemble it, they let the crowd infer, then stand there looking innocent in beige and cashmere fur. But I know this production, I know each tacky prop, the script, the cue, the fake concern, the tasteful little slop. You wanted me to burst on stage and shriek till I was hoarse. Instead I crossed one leg and let you die upon your source. I see the board, I see the game. You sold the scandal, I sold the name. You wanted thunder, fury, discord, I gave you silence, hush. I see the board, you primed the room, arranged the light. You prayed I'd twitch on opening night, but now you're stuck mid-monologue, ignored. And darling, I see the board. You studied all my buttons like a butler studies wine. You thought my nerves were vending slots that paid out on your time. A jab, a glance, a poison joke, a friend with updates twice. You pressed and pressed and pressed and hoped I'd melt for your device. But then I turned to marble with a very decent tan. No jaw clench, no heavy sigh, no let me clear this fam. You searched my face for weakness like a coupon in a drawer. Found nothing but good posture and a gaze that said bored. You little fox in kitten heels, you curator of spin. You cannot run a puppet show when no one yanks within. A mastermind, a grand machine, a dark strategic horde. No, just one sweaty socialite. And I see the board, I see the board, I see the play. You moved in whispers, I walked in day. You drew a monster weirdly adored. I showed up pleasant, now who looks fraud? I see the board, you built a trap with lace and fog. A haunted house, a gossip blog, but truth arrived well moisturized and floored. And darling, I see the board. Then came my favorite counterspell, strategic visibility. No frantic notes, no courtroom speech, no opera of fragility. I simply kept on showing up, composed and very real, which is for those who traffic lies a deeply rude ordeal. I smiled at folks, did solid work, behaved with normal grace, and every calm interaction slapped confusion in your face. Because the portrait that you painted, wild, unwell, absurd, looked flimsy next to me, just being warm and well-groomed and heard. Then one by one, without a fuss, I spoke to people plain. Not here's my case, not choose a side, not let me name your stain. Just human voice, direct eye contact, ordinary air. And funny how a planted thought gets wobbly standing there. You built your grand alliance on suggestion, fog and vibe, a tiny cult of secondhand impressions in a tribe. But lies are cheap upholstery, they split along the seam, especially when real life walks in better than the meme. And should the room stay rotten, dear, corrupted to the floor, I do not beg admission to a mildew-coated door. I leave with all my value, all my wit, my work, my spine, and build a brighter room somewhere that doesn't reek of brine. You thought I was the victim, bent and cornered by your art, but all you did was train my eye and sharpen every part. You meant to make me smaller, anxious, broken, underscored. Instead you made me elegant, and now I see the board. I see the board, I see the trick, the fake concern, the practice stick, the trembling sigh, the saintly gourd, the I hate drama, drama lord. I see the board, sweetheart, bravo, your scheme had flair, I'll grant the shadow. But when I would not play your ward, you had to eat your own storyboard. So raise a glass to all the frauds who weaponize their soft facades. May they monologue till they're ignored, while I sit back, cross my legs and see the board. Thank you, darlings. Thank your bartender. Distrust, the neutral one.